Okay, we've got the head off finally. Made a very bad error. I may as well own up in case anybody else does it. The bolts inside the cam carrier, bottom ones came undone off the head fine. The bolts that you get through from the sort of rocker cover kind of thing, I was doing them with an Allen key. I don't even know why I was doing it. I was doing them with an Allen key and they all came undone. And then the last one, the end of my Allen key snapped off in the in the Allen key bolt. I managed to get it out and in the end got it off. But I don't even know why I did it with an Allen key, because I've actually got a long impact sort of drive thing that goes in a 1/2 inch socket, which I used and it was fine. I should have used that in the first place. So just be aware that, you know, they are pretty tight, those ones. I thought they'd come undone because they were in the oil, but no, they seem tighter than the bottom ones. The head bolts, I just zipped them off. Probably a bit daft, but they seem to have sort of been moving a little bit, but I just put plenty of easing on it and zipped them off, and they all came off lovely. Not a problem. Ended up taking a bit more stuff off the front. You've got to take the front pulley off, etc., which probably should have done first, because then I could have got the alternator off. But you know, the order of doing things is I'm not au fait with that yet. But I think take the pulley off first, then you can get all the cam covers off and whatever. So looking at the engine so far, let's get my light in there. So you can see all the balls are a little bit carboned up. That one's probably the cleanest. You can see there's some faint scoring. Wow, that's marking, but you can't really get your nail in it. Same with that. The only one I can say there's a bit of a score up there where that sort of smudge line is. That is quite deep, but it's right near the top. It doesn't seem to go down much further. I can't turn it over because I've not took the other side off yet. And there's no cam bolt, took the cam bolt off obviously. Looking at what the cause of my problem was, I'm pretty sure we've got head gasket issue, because looking at it's hard to try and get it in the light, but you can see that surface there looks like it's been blowing through there. You can sort of see blow marks. The rest of it looks okay. That one sort of not half bad. That one not half bad. That one looks to me like it's been blowing there as well, which would explain the sort of symptoms of having water mixing with oil and whatever. Like I say, I'm mainly an air-cooled guy, so if that was an air-cooled engine on the cylinder head and there's a black mark like that, that tells me it's been blowing. Obviously it's a bit different because these have got water in, but it doesn't look like anything's been sealing properly there. Can't see any cracks in the liners yet, but obviously got to wind it back a bit. Looking at the head, so you can see that one. There's a little patch there, looks like, where it shouldn't be black like that, should be silver really, I would assume. Same there. And that one just looks right nasty around that bottom bit there, which is right next to the waterway. And these two are the ones that were 120. I think that one, and I think that one were the ones that were 125. But it looks to me like that one's been blowing. A little bit of corrosion on the head there. I'm going to take the valves out and check them and get the heads checked and stuff. As long as the valve seat's fine, I'll speak to my engineering guy, see what he thinks, but it doesn't look horrendously carboned up. You know, not horrendously, but I'm going to consult my mate who does water cooled stuff all the time, but to me those black marks around the edge tell me that it's not been sealing. I'll just give you a bit of a pic of the it's over here, head gasket, so you can get an idea. So you can see like looks like a bit of a break there. That's mainly okay. That one looks okay. That one's pretty carboned up though. Then that one. So that's the end one, which I was showing you near the flywheel end, which was 125. I'll whip it over. Yeah. See that one on the bottoms. They don't look bad. On the top, which corresponds to sort of the head, that area there, to me, looks like it's been blowing. The head gasket looks like it's kind of falling a bit to bits as well, breaking down a bit here. And like I say, round there as well. I think the oil way is, I'm assuming the oil way is, not sure where it is, not sure which one's the oil way. Oh, it's that one. Yeah, so the oil way is that one there. So hard to tell really, but that don't look great, does it really? So yeah, I'll consult with my mate who does watercolours all the time, but to me that's pointing towards his gasket, which is good, because as long as the liners aren't scored horrendously and there's no cracks in them, then we're good to go. Even if the heads are cracked and I have to get a new head, I'm not asked about that. I can get a head or possibly get it repaired or whatever. But yeah, that's the side that I thought was going to be the problem, because the other side, I think two of them were 150. Yeah, you can see that there. That definitely looks like that's been blowing. The other side, 250, and two were 200. I think on this side, one of them was 175, one was 120, and the other, I think three were 125 on this side. And when I took the manifold off, took the exhaust off, this side had more oil. I know it burns off in the manifold, so it's hard to tell. The exhaust was full, but this side manifold seemed to be damp on the end where it met the exhaust more than the other side, which would kind of figure. Took all the oil pipes off and stuff now. I've just took photos of them. I mean, it sounds silly, but unless I've got another one to look at, I won't know which way around they go. But I do now because I've took photos. As long as I don't lose my phone. If I lose my phone, we're stuffed. That's a little drain hole. You can see it better now that I neglected to sort of do when I did up, and that was still full of water at the top. So you just undo them. Possibly easier to do that when it's in. Undo them and drain all the water out then. There's some water in there, but not a vast amount. But yeah. So, a bit of a late one tonight, but I just was determined to get those bloody heads off. The other side now, I know what I'm doing, should come off fairly easily. Like I say, the cam carrier, I think I'm just going to clean all that off and clean it out. And just put that back on like that, I'm not touching it. It wasn't oily around the cam wheel or around the cover plate at the end. The gasket was a little bit seepy on that corner. It was actually that corner, the back corner where that back one there, on the lower end, sort of there where I'm pointing to with my light. That was a bit drippy and a bit oily, so I shall put a straight edge and just make sure they're all level and just clean all this surface up really nice at a later date. But get the other side off next. If the liners are okay, no cracks, no major scoring, then whip it over. Take the bottom end off, get the pistons out, and then start ordering bits basically. Hopefully if I can do the bottom end bearings and that kind of stuff while the guy's doing the heads, that will speed things up quite a while. Obviously I'm going to get rid of that sort of fish pond of oil in the middle. You know, I think I've seen V8s on American programs where they've had things living in there because it's nice and warm. Obviously is on this one. Right, that's it. I'll do another vid tomorrow once I've got the other head off. Then I can wang it over and we can turn it over and see what the balls are like. But yeah, all in all, to consider it's the first one I've touched and took apart, pretty straightforward really. Just a lot more bits and bobs than I'm used to, but you know, compared to some of these modern Audi V8s and stuff, not much electrical stuff. I mean, I've took the oil pipes off together. Left the wiring connected to the alternator and just threaded it through and did it like that. I've cable tied all the pulleys together because there's like little washers either side of the cam pulley, not cam pulley, crank pulley, where the cam belt goes on, and I want to make sure I put them back exactly as they were because they're slightly beveled one way. And I remember now, but by the time I'm putting it together, I might not. But yeah, that's it. Right, I'll do another video tomorrow.